Have you ever felt like you were living behind glass, watching life happen on the other side while your voice remains trapped in your throat? Jennifer knew that feeling intimately. At work, she was the efficient shadow, completing tasks perfectly, but never disagreeing. Among friends, she laughed at all the right moments, but her true thoughts remained locked away. It seemed comfortable, this life of quiet compliance, but comfort and suffocation often wear the same mask. On a rainy Monday morning, Jennifer stopped at the corner store for coffee. The cashier handed her the wrong change, $5 short. The words formed in her mind, "Excuse me, there's a mistake." Simple words, necessary words. But as she looked at the line forming behind her, those words dissolved. She pocketed the incorrect change and left. At work, during the weekly meeting, her manager presented a flawed strategy. Jennifer had the solution, had spent weeks perfecting it. The idea burned in her chest, desperate to be born. She cleared her throat softly, but when 12 pairs of eyes glanced her way, she pretended to take notes instead. Another idea buried alive. That night, by her window, Jennifer watched the city lights blur through rain. She calculated the weight of her silences, $5 here, a brilliant idea there, countless opinions swallowed, dreams deferred. "When did I become a ghost in my own life?" she whispered to her reflection. "What if, just once, I acted before courage arrived?" The thought felt dangerous. Maybe confidence wasn't something you waited for. Maybe it was something you built, brick by terrifying brick. Tuesday arrived gray and heavy. Jennifer almost succeeded in being invisible again, until her boss's voice cut through. "Jennifer, present the quarterly report this afternoon. Marcus is sick. You know the data best." The words hit like ice water. I've never, she started. 3 o'clock, conference room B. The regional directors will be there. He was already walking away. Jennifer sat frozen. 60 slides, 20 people, all those eyes. Her stomach churned. She typed and deleted 7 different excuse emails. Each lie felt heavier than the last. But beneath the panic, something else stirred. A tiny flame of defiance. What if she didn't run this time? At lunch, Jennifer couldn't eat. That's when Phil, the office sage with kind eyes, sat across from her. "You look like you're preparing for battle," he said gently. Jennifer's words tumbled out. "I have to present to the directors. I'll forget everything. They'll wonder why I even work here." Phil leaned back and shared something that would change everything. 20 years ago, I was you. Brilliant but terrified of being seen. I waited for confidence, like it was a gift from the universe. But here's the secret. Confidence is born from action, not the other way around. Every time I spoke before I was ready, I discovered strength I didn't know existed." He paused. "Don't aim for perfect, aim for authentic. If you stumble, acknowledge it and continue. The only real failure is remaining silent." 2:45. Each step toward conference room B felt like quicksand. Outside the door she heard voices, laughter. Every instinct screamed retreat. But Phil's words echoed. She opened the door. The room was intimidating. Dark suits, expectant faces. Jennifer gripped the clicker like a lifeline. Her voice emerged thin but steady. "Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Martinez, presenting our quarterly analysis." She stumbled over a statistic, face burning. But instead of spiraling, she breathed and said, "Let me rephrase that more clearly." Directors nodded appreciatively. A director interrupted with a complex question. The old Jennifer would have panicked, but this Jennifer responded, "Excellent point. I don't have that data here, but I'll analyze it and respond by tomorrow." "I appreciate the honesty," the director replied. When she finished, the applause was genuine. Not standing ovation material, but real acknowledgement. "Well done, Jennifer. Clear and professional," her boss said. Walking back, Jennifer felt something shift. The fear hadn't disappeared, but it no longer owned her. The changes started small. Next morning, at the coffee shop, when the change was wrong again, Jennifer's voice was calm but firm. "Excuse me, I gave you 50, not 40. The cashier apologized and corrected it. Such a small victory, but it tasted like freedom. In meetings, she began contributing ideas. Not all landed, but some did. Colleagues started noticing. "Jennifer, what's your take on this?" Her opinions mattered. She mattered. 3 weeks later, a project hit a roadblock. The team was stuck. Jennifer had been working on a solution privately. The old her would have stayed quiet. But the evolving Jennifer raised her hand. "I've been analyzing this differently. What if we approached it from the customer's perspective?" She walked to the whiteboard, hands steady now, and mapped out her vision. The room grew excited. "This could actually work," someone said. The project succeeded using Jennifer's approach. Her boss pulled her aside. "You've changed, Jennifer, in a good way. We're considering you for team lead." 6 months later, Jennifer stood training new employees. She saw her old self in their nervous faces. "I know you're scared," she began. "I was terrified my first presentation, but here's what I learned. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's choosing to act despite it. Every time you choose action over silence, you build strength for the next challenge." A quiet young man approached. "How did you become so confident?" Jennifer thought back to that rainy Monday. "I stopped waiting for confidence to find me. I went looking for it instead. One small, terrifying step at a time." That evening, Jennifer stood at her window again. The city lights now crystal clear. She wasn't a different person. She was finally the person who'd always existed beneath the fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else is more important than fear. Take one small action today. Speak one truth. Confidence will follow. If Jennifer's journey resonated with you, share your own act of courage in the comments. Like and share with someone who needs to hear this. Your voice matters. The world is waiting.